Hello, this is the Bluthner Style 5 grand piano made in 1909. Style 5 means it's 175 centimeters long, that's 5 foot 9 inches long. Now we've just been perfecting the piano. It has been restored by somebody else extremely well. And first of all, the only real defect I could say on the piano is that the ivory keys, some of them have been replaced. And you can see there's a slight difference in colour in some of them there. We can obviously replace all the ivories, but apart from the slight difference in colour, they're 100%. Now the pedals are encouragingly low down, they're 6 centimetres, so if you put caster cups under the casters, then the pedals wouldn't be too high after that. Now the piano, like all Bluthners of this age, has got a wonderful rosewood veneer, very, very beautiful, and it's been repolished with excellent French polishing, similar to what we would do ourselves, and we're very pleased with the finish on this piano. The other slight defect is it has got a slight fade line at the back there. I don't know if you can see, this is where the top lid's been folded over. If you left it like this, exposed to normal light, it would gradually fade in and be absolutely even throughout. See, there's the top lid folded over, the position where pianos normally are. Probably 95% of houses I go to, the pianos are like this, so that's why the line comes about. If you don't want it to happen to your piano, then close the lid at times, open it at other times, then you'll get even fading. Now the piano has been restored extremely professionally. You see the tuning pins there. I'm looking at the coils. They're all the same height as each other and the same number of coils, 4 on each string. And as we go towards the bass strings, you'll see the bass strings are coned. The importance of that is just cosmetic really, but original Bluthner strings are coned, and if you look at these ones, what you mean by coned is that the end of the string is tapered like that. Let's look at another string to compare it with on a, say, Yamaha. There's a Yamaha. Actually, they do really high quality. We actually redid these strings ourselves on this Yamaha, but you can, I don't know if you can see the little ridge there, whereas the Bluthners are coned, so there's no ridge, it just goes straight down to a point. We'll look at them again. Actually, you just happen to be nearby this Bösendorfer. You see the style of the Bösendorfer string is different too, and that's unique for Bösendorfer. And back to the Bluthner, see they thin out right to the end, so there's very small there, and you can see the coning shape. Of course, the main thing is the tone of the string, and these, both the string and the hammers, which you need good hammers for good tone as well, are beautiful, just as they should be on a Bluthner. Very rich, very mellow sounding. Bluthners sometimes suffer from power at the top end, but these hammers are giving power. We'll look at the hammers in a minute, but you can see right to the very top, you've got a definite sound and plenty of power there, which is a problem with a lot of Bluthners, so this is excellent. Now if we look at the hammers, we can see that they've actually been recovered rather than replaced. In this case, very, very successfully. Not always recovering is successful, but the hammers are very hard. That's the problem with recovering sometimes. But as we've heard, the tone of the piano is excellent, and it's very, very little use since it was done. Just enough marks there to voice the unicorda pedal. Now this is a patent action Bluthner with the L spring. That, when it's set up beautifully, is wonderful. Bluthners till 1925 generally have this L spring, which is unique to Bluthners and very special. There's a model of a normal grand action with this lever here. The Bluthners don't have the lever, they have what we call an abstract in the trade, and there's got the L spring here, very much more simple. Let's have another look at it. So there's the L spring again, much more simple. It just pushes up the hammer. I'd have to get a cross section of this to see it properly, but the set-off is actually behind. Now if you see behind there, that's moving, what we call the set-off, and gives a much smoother feel. That's why Bluthners continued with it and had their own special action, and were the #1 piano in Europe at this time. Bechstein just beginning to take over actually at 1909, but Bluthners before, #1 piano. Look, you can see the set-off. Let's look at normal action. See, normal roller action, set-off here, the set-off button is at the front, so you have more of a jolt when you push it out. The Bluthners at the back, around here somewhere, and it doesn't jolt so much, so you don't feel so much of an aftertouch as you do on this one, so it's a smoother feel. Going back to the Bluthner, see, look behind, you'll see the set-off, and you can hardly feel it. it's very, very smooth, and that's probably principally why they did that. If spring's well set up, you get very good repetition too. So for the Bluthner style 5 grand piano, 5 foot 9 inches long, very sought after. The more common one, 6 foot 3, is a longer piano obviously. There are not enough of these shorter ones for the number of people who want them. And just, I can't get off the piano. That's a sign that it's a great piano, because obviously we have lots of pianos. I'm particularly fond of Bluthner style 5. It's such a mellow, sweet sound, and the touch is as good as any piano. It really is superb. You can hear the clarity of the top treble and the singing nature of the mid treble, which is the most important area, followed by the tenor. And just so smooth, breakpoints hardly distinguishable, and a rich, warm bottom bass. A very, very pure sound. If you've never tried a Bluthner, it's different and it's very special. And I think if I choose a piano in my house, certainly a Bluthner would be one of them to have permanently. At the moment I've got clients' pianos one after the other. Some Bluthners, Steinways, Bechsteins mainly. Plenty of power, but also very mellow. Thank you very much for listening.